Greetings Guardians and welcome to another video by Olympus Alliance. With all the changes we've seen this month in the season calendar, we're continuing our explainer series for the new events arriving in Hero Wars so everybody understands exactly where the value is. And where maybe we should think twice before spending resources. And today Guardians, we take a deep dive into the brand new event. Shards of the Past. This event arrives replacing two events that many players already knew very well. Treasure of the Valkyries and Talisman Fever. And immediately, expectations become high. Because Treasure of the Valkyries gave us opportunities to build heroes directly. We earned artifact weapon resources through hero soul stones, improved artifact books through keys in the artifact chest, collected artifact ring materials through spending energy and even picked up emeralds from expeditions. Then Talisman Fever arrived with a completely different identity. Energy spending. Rerolling talismans through metacubes. Winning PvP fights. Collecting talisman materials. Both events gave players different paths depending on how they liked playing. Free to play. Competitive. Collectors. Spenders. Everybody could usually find value somewhere. So naturally the question becomes, can Shards of the Past live up to that? Now before we continue Guardians, I think context matters. Looking philosophically at where the game is moving, it feels increasingly clear that Hero Wars wants realm progression to become a larger part of the experience. That means more events replacing direct hero progression with realm progression. That does not automatically make it bad. But it does mean expectations should change. If your favorite part of Hero Wars has always been hero building and direct combat progression, these changes may feel different from what you enjoyed before. So let's put that thought aside for now. And review Shards of the Past on its own merits. There are 8 event tabs. Login. Get VIP points. Spend emeralds. Fight in Grand Arena. Fight Hydra. Spend Runestones. Train troops. Kill realm monsters. Let's go through them. Login is straightforward. Log in every day. Collect battle pass trophies. Collect artifact coins. Easy. But yes, one thing players immediately noticed. We lose the 750 emeralds that used to come through Treasure of the Valkyries. That is a noticeable change. VIP points is simple. For spenders, reaching checkpoints gives additional artifact coins. No surprises here. Spend emeralds works similarly. You earn an artifact coins and battle pass trophies depending on thresholds. Guardians, our advice here stays simple. There are no major sales during this event. So unless you are already planning to buy something specific, avoid overspending. Now if you are targeting a talisman, use the event box carefully. You can roughly expect around 1 emerald per talisman coin needed. Though luck always plays a role. But one warning. Several of these talismans already appear through Eternal Frontier later. So do not feel pressure to spend real cash for something that may already exist inside game progression. Now we move into Grand Arena. This task asks for up to 15 fights. Rewards include battle pass trophies and rune spheres. You receive 5 free fights daily, which means maximizing the task requires emerald spending. 300 per day. And Guardians. This is one of those moments where every player needs to ask, is this worth it for my account? For some players, yes. For others, 3 attempts may already be enough. Then we move to one of the better additions. Hydra. This is actually a nice inclusion. Easy to complete. Accessible. 9 Hydra fights over the event. And the rewards are respectable. Artifact coins. Battle Pass trophies. Even relic shards. Good value. Now, we arrive at the event chain that has created the most discussion. Spend Runestones? And Guardians. This one feels strange. Because Runestones traditionally made sense together with Runesphere events. You spend one, you progress another. They supported each other. Now suddenly, the rewards changed. Instead of rune cashback, we move into metacubes and talisman crystals. And to complete the task, you need to spend 500,000 runestones. That is huge. And the concern is not that the task exists. The concern is timing. Because if you empty your runestones here, what happens later when Runesphere events arrive? Those systems always felt connected. Now they feel separated. And that creates awkward decisions. So Guardians. Our recommendation stays exactly the same. Spend around 50,000 runestones. Secure your battle pass points. Keep flexibility. Protect yourself for future rune storm overlaps. Because spending everything here may feel painful later. And compared to previous events, this does feel like a downgrade in accessibility for talisman leveling materials. Now we move into the final 2 chains. Realm tasks. Train troops. Kill realm monsters. If you've watched our previous event videos, you already know many realm tasks this month have had very high requirements with rewards that didn't always justify the effort. But here, there is one positive. The monster task improved. Developers clearly listened. Instead of killing 55 monsters every day, now we only need 25 across 3 days. That is manageable. And the rewards are actually decent. 8 relic shards. 200 rune spheres. Even stopping at 19 kills can already be enough depending on your priorities. That one feels fair. Troop training. Less so? 30,000 troops daily is heavy. Speed ups. Promotions? Preparation. And realistically, most players will combine this with guild versus. Promote level 8 troops into level 9. Complete personal guild tasks. Get value from both systems. After that, prepare again. The rewards: 85 rune spheres, 3 relic shards, realm resources. Not incredible, but better than ignoring it entirely if you already planned troop progression. So Guardians. Overall, it does feel like we lost some easy hero-focused progression that Treasure of the Valkyries and Talisman Fever used to offer. Especially around talisman growth and direct hero resource generation. And locking talisman progression behind runestone spending without pairing runesphere synergy feels difficult to understand from a player perspective. At the same time, events evolve. And we will continue watching carefully because adaptation always creates opportunities too. Hero Wars is changing. The question is simply, does this direction create more fun for players in the long run? Only time will answer that. But Guardians, That is our review. Now we want your opinion. Do you agree? Do you see value we missed? Do you prefer this new direction? Leave your thoughts below. We answer every comment and your feedback always improves these discussions. Stay tuned, stay sharp. And as always, salute and friendship.